So after understanding what the Oracle Enterprise AI Private Cloud has to offer, here comes the how. This is Aaron from Oracle Consulting, and I'll be talking about enterprise data readiness for AI adoption. So a little background about myself. I lead the AI Center of Excellence across Oracle Consulting APAC, where we have worked with customers from various industries to come up with our version of the AI adoption framework, which I will share in my presentations. So for my agenda on my sessions, first, we'll cover some of the market statistics. So we'll touch on 2 points. Number one, AI spending and investment trend. Number two, the success and failure rate on AI projects. Next, we'll cover a fundamental technical consideration, which is when it comes to AI data prep. We still hear about ETL, but how should it be done? And lastly, we will share our very own version of the AI adoption framework, our experience when we work with our customers from different industries on the AI projects. What are the common failure patterns? How did we help them to mitigate? And how do we walk the AI journey with our customers? So during the later part of this symposium, you'll be going off to different tracks and hear about the great technologies that Oracle has offered for your AI journey. And you can resonate with how thinking about the AI adoption framework and us as a leading example. So let's start off with what's being talked about, most recently, a new hype. And the hype is OpenClaw, also known as ClaudeBot or ModeBot. So basically, it's an AI automation agent that is designed to perform tasks on a computer. So traditionally, you will talk to a LLM or inference with an LLM so that you can generate text or images or videos. But with the OpenClaw, it interacts directly with interfaces of files, browsers, just like how you're using a computer when you give them the permission. So aside from doing actual work for you, like sending email, dropping email, or putting items into your calendar, there's Notebook. So it's a social network built exclusively for these AI agents to discuss whatever they want. And us humans are only the observers. So why am I bringing this up? Because not only a lot of interesting topics were discussed by the OpenClaw bots, but then there's a very key takeaway observing how this has evolved. Gartner has labeled it as a dangerous preview of agentic AI. And why is that? Imagine in your office, you have deployed, either OpenClaw bot or your agent bot to perform different tasks, just like how it's being shown in this picture. Looking into documents, making PowerPoints, doing calculations, doing summarizations. But they're just operating by themselves, in an autonomous way. Is this better or is this better? Bots still doing what we told them to do with the given permission, but then human still have the entire control and oversight on what they do and what they cannot do. So let's jump into the statistics. The first one that I want to cover is AI spending trend in 2026 and beyond. So this is a report done by BCG in their AI Radar 2026 survey, which was published last month, stating a few key facts about AI spending. So point number one is on the question of how much do you expect your organization to invest in AI in 2026? The general answers from the respondents are investments in AI is projected to be at least double okay, at least double. In some particular industries, such as insurance and energy utilities, they are expected to be 3x, triple the investment they have made in 2025. Number two, so no pulling back. Regardless of the outcome, more than 90% of the respondents mentioned that they would not stop investing in AI. Essentially, there's a 3-to-1 ratio on the company that they said they will invest at least at the current level, and versus who will even ramp up on the AI investment on the resources. So essentially, it is saying that regardless of the outcomes that they see in 2026, majority of them will either retain the current level of AI investment, or they will ramp up the AI investment on other resources, or taking in extra resources or expertise to accelerate AI adoption. Number three, nearly all interviewed CEOs believe that agentic AI will be taking on multiple roles in the near future. So they're quite optimistic about it with measurable ROI in 2026. So the key takeaway from this is AI spending is going up regardless of the outcome. And the question is, how do we effectively allocate the spending that balances opportunity and securities? Let's look at the second statistics that I want to bring up. It's about AI project adoption, success and failure rates. So as of January 2026, based on the attempts from AI adoption across industries, across various sizes, small, medium, large enterprises. There's some interesting statistics about their adoptions. So these are published figures from McKinsey and Gartner reports. First off, let's take a look at number of AI projects that are rolling into production. So if you take a moment and just think about the number of AI projects that you or your company have initiated in 2025, okay, and how many of those initiative projects have actually rolled into production stage? Let's think about it. So by statistics, only 25% of the projects get into production. Okay, so why is the hesitation? Even though there's an obvious increase on the number of AI projects. So data issue is the top primary reason on Gen AI projects that will get abandoned before rolling into production stage. So it's not about lack of data, because at this moment, right, if you're a mature business, you should already have enough data, operational data or business data about your daily operations or business, how the business is being run, right? So it's not about the lack of data. It's about the quality of data that rolls into an AI adoption or AI project. So we know that AI investment and spending trend is going up, as mentioned in the previous slide. And how can you properly monetize the value of the AI spend? It's on the data. So the key question is, are you preparing your data so that they're AI ready? All right. So a technical consideration that I'm sharing today is, how do we get our data AI ready? So we used to prepare our data in a traditional data prep way, with the objective of reporting and analytic purpose, right? Preparing dashboards. How do we do it? So traditionally, we follow the ETL approach: extract, transform, or load. Sometimes it's being used as ELT. Regardless, the objective is still reporting analytics. So it is well established, a very essential step to get our data ready for analytics. And how do we measure the success? It's by how clean the data is, how quickly and accurately we can query the set of data that we want. All right, is that what we aim for with Gen AI? So for generative AI, the objective is different. Our objective is to understand the underlying context and intent of the data. So it's not just about the actual data, but then it's the underlying context and intent. Now, it's not using ETL anymore. We're leveraging embedding, index, and searching or inferencing. So different technologies are being used, embedding, vector indexing, large language model. The success is measured by how accurate and relevant and context aware is the AI response. So you see, the objective for traditional data prep versus AI inferencing is obviously different. So why are we still using ETL and not reconsidering the data prep method for Gen AI? All right. Based on our experience, right, we work with customers from across industries using Oracle technologies. So we've come up with the Oracle Consulting AI Adoption Framework, which is a holistic roadmap end-to-end intended to cover all aspects of technology, process, and people during the AI adoption cycle. Intend to wrap around our private cloud AI solution, so which we will hear in the upcoming tracks. So we at Oracle Consulting work with customers, and today I'm bringing out 4 key failure patterns that we have observed when we work with our customers during the AI journey, and I'll explain how we work with these customers to mitigate by using this method. So the common failure patterns are: number one, not fully understanding the semantic part of the data. Number two, not treating Gen AI as a bolt-on, but then it's Gen AI as an add-on feature. Integration was not designed and executed properly. Number three, business and technology alignment is not done appropriately. So there's a gap between business and technical alignment. And number four, which is a key part that we covered earlier, is the AI data prep using the traditional approach such as ETL. All right, so on mitigation number one, failure number one, Oracle Consulting worked with one of our key retail customers on addressing the issue of lacking semantic strategy. So it started off with a very common request from the board, hey, let's try to use AI to reduce our operational costs. And the Oracle Consulting team sat down with both the IT and the business team. We went through many operation processes such as stock taking, staffing, inventory forecast, warranty return process. And the warranty return process just came up as an idea that we should optimize because it was a very manual process, which was slow and often created errors. And errors including monetary errors, right, or monetary loss. So we work with the customers to understand the process. Give an example. If a food item is being returned, most likely it means the food has gone bad, which means the food should be disposed and cannot be reshelved. And also at the same time, we should check the same batch of food that came in at the same lot and see if they have any problem with the food, right? On the other hand, let's say a cleaning supply is being returned. So most likely, the customer just did not need it. There's no problem with the cleaning supplies, and it can be restocked immediately. So by understanding the intent behind each return actions, we can attach this meaning to the data when we're inferencing with the data, right? So we created an AI-driven process to achieve automation by actually understanding the meaning or semantic of the data and of course, the objective of cost reduction can be achieved. But at this point, keep in mind that without actually understanding the underlying meaning, this cannot be done properly. So failure pattern number two is AI systems are oftentimes bolt on to existing applications. In this scenario, the Oracle consulting team worked with a higher education institute who's already using an Oracle enterprise application. In this case, it's the Oracle Campus application. To add Gen AI functionality to such Oracle enterprise apps, Oracle consulting team suggested correctly built bridging, such as integration, security alignment, indexing. So all sorts of way to ensure that we're extracting the semantic of the data when this is intended to be a Gen AI app. So we make sure that the appropriate data and the meaning will get consumed by the AI app securely. In this case, we've successfully added Gen AI as a student course recommendation engine that integrates with the Oracle Campus application securely using the same methodology that can be brought to other Oracle Enterprise apps. So switching channel, an experience sharing that we have done with our banking customers. So Oracle Consulting worked with a commercial bank to mitigate failure pattern number three, which is technical misalignment with business. So it started off with bank managers requesting, wanting immediate access to complex data stored across many databases and tables. They want to be able to talk to the data and get insights immediately. So traditionally, this is being done using data retrieval step by formulating very complex query. And sometimes the queries are written by business analysts. So they have to pass on the request to business analysts and ask them to generate SQL statement, complex queries to get the data. So consistency may not be guaranteed because the queries are generated on a basis of per request. So we work with the bank managers to understand their intent. For example, sometimes they're asking questions about credit check. In other scenarios, they're asking about account opening steps, investment related inquiries. So there are many different intents. So we've designed the natural language to SQL interface that understands the intents and perform the different AI check with AI profiles. So on top of that, we've added standardizations and governance because different bank managers would use the same AI profile, such as credit advisor, to ask the questions on similar topics. So essentially using the AI agent as a system that is shared across all bank managers. So there's consistency and governance that can be enhanced. The key point to note is that all these are happening to our customers' own Oracle private infrastructure. So none of your actual data will be brought outside of your private infrastructure during AI inferencing. So the last failure pattern that I want to cover is AI data prep in a traditional way. So the consulting team worked with a mass transit operator on Gen AI for predictive maintenance operations. And the operator managed a large network of resources that requires continuous monitoring. So even they already have an existing data warehouse, we work with the customers to reevaluate the data strategy, the data pipeline, how the data are being brought in, how the data are being inferenced, and of course, because it's a Gen AI project, are we actually getting the semantic of the data? Are we using the correct approach, embedding index, searching and inferencing? So documents and procedures were collected, inferenced by local models or video models. And our team also advised on other AI technologies, such as leveraging vector index strategies to handle different complex documents, overall improving accuracy and precision. So the key takeaway is, in order to improve the accuracy of Gen AI inferencing, is we often talk about prompt engineering or context engineering, but there's actually much more. We look into the data strategy. We look into the data pipeline. We also look into the AI, available AI technologies such as vector index. So wrapping up, I've mentioned about retail, higher educations, banks, and transit operators. These are some of the industries that we have worked with, and we have gathered our experience from other industries as well to form the Oracle Consulting AI adoption framework being shown here. So this holistic roadmap covers end to end, and you see from strategy, process transformation on the technical stack, including infrastructure, data foundation, and security, and also from organization perspective, right? Organization readiness, change management, executive leadership, and last but not least, a very important point of AI adoption is how do we ensure there's continuous improvement on the AI adoption that tailors to the business itself. So the example, the four mitigations, failure patterns that I've mentioned, right? We have leveraged different components. It's a mix and match. So process transformation and continuous improvement are both covered in the first failure pattern with the semantic strategy on the retail customers, because not only we have reevaluate their current process of warranty return, but then we also ensure that the mechanism applies on continuously improving this business process with AI features with in the future there's added Gen AI, agentic AI features as well. In other cases, we have concurrently assessed technical and data foundations that we've covered. So for different customers, we evaluate each individual pillar, what they are lacking on, and we'll specifically tackle that pillar together with the customers on how to address this pillar to make sure that they're catching up on this on the actual right way to adopt AI using the Oracle technology. Now, no matter which stage you or your organizations are in, so we'll support you with the technology and methodology and talents throughout your AI journey. So here's a view of the AI journey with Oracle. We start with engaging with workshops, with setting business goals, setting AI alignment goals, and assessing whether the data is ready for AI, to a design phase on data-centric discovery to make sure that data is ready for AI. We also assess and design the system that will be used, that will be done for AI. Then we go into the implementation phase. We assess the AI solution that is proposed. We will do pilot, we'll do testing, evaluations, and when it goes into production, we'll evaluate and we'll assess on how we can continue to operate this in a manageable way to ensure that governance, security, compliance, observability are all being considered. And a very important point is that the Oracle consulting team will ensure that education is enforced at different stage with our customers. So after learning from the rest of the speakers on different tracks this afternoon, do reach out to your Oracle rep to connect with the consulting team, where we can give you free workshop to look into AI data readiness, alignment to take advantage on the Oracle AI tech stack. And I believe, with the 2026, you might have AI related KPI that you will need to, aim for. What are the necessary resources that are needed for you to achieve your AI project. So we can help and share with you our experience on different type of projects, AI adoption initiative that we came across from different industries and help you success in your AI adoption journey. Thank you.